Today I want to talk a little bit about a topic that's probably an unpleasant one for nearly every drummer, but it's a very important one: practice routines. Now, what is a practice routine? Why should you have one? And what kind of benefit can you get out of it? That's the topic of today's video, so stay tuned for the next couple of minutes. So let's do some real talk. Most drummers are getting into the rehearsal room. They sit behind the drums, they jam along some songs, maybe they do some freestyle stuff, and time goes by. And no offense about that. It's definitely helpful, and there should be some time for stuff like that to evolve, to develop your own creativity. But when it's not about creativity, when it's about technique, when it's about new patterns, getting away from your old habits, you really need to be focused and you really have to concentrate on a certain topic over and over again. And a practice routine is something that helps you out a lot on that. Now, what is a practice routine? A practice routine is nothing more than a certain structure you give yourself while you're at the rehearsal space and while you focus and practice just one certain thing. Most of the time, a practice routine is divided into several time units or parts, and you can easily approach this structure not only for a certain exercise, a certain technique, you can approach it on nearly everything. So why should you have a practice routine? As soon as you want to evolve and you say to yourself, I want to step up, you really need to take a look on time. Be as efficient as you can be while you're at the rehearsal room. That's my personal recommendation. Giving yourself a kind of agenda while you're practicing helps you to stay structured and focused. That's the main reason why you should have a practice routine. But let's talk a little bit about how a practice routine can look like. And I would like to start with the first one, the 5-minute method. So this practice routine is called 5-minute method because you're going to divide it into several parts and each one is about 5 minutes long. And within these 5-minute parts, you can choose what you're doing. I'm going to explain it on the example of practicing double bass. Double bass drumming is an important topic for metal drummers as well as some rock drummers. And it really needs a lot of time and attention to do so. So if you're new to double bass drumming, it can look like that. First 5-minute block, you're going to concentrate only on the correct motion of your leg and or ankle just with your right leg. I highly recommend you to use a metronome, by the way. First very slow, and then you can gradually increase the speed. Next 5-minute block, you're going to do the exact same thing with your left leg. And of course, the last 5-minute block, you're going to do some alternating singles with both legs. Very easy so far, I know, but please remember, it's not about the technique or the exercise within, it's about the structure itself. If you do this just once, it's probably pretty boring. But if you're going to repeat it over and over again, like 3 or 4 times or even 2 times a week, week after week, trust me, it becomes a habit, and that's definitely a good one. To sum it up finally, this routine is 15 minutes in total, and it's good for building up muscle memory, stamina, as well as internalizing new patterns, doing some rhythm exercises, or improving your limb independence. Let's move on to the next one, the 1-minute sprint. This routine can be used to exceed your own personal limits in any kind of way. But you have to give your very best, and usually it's the maximum, like it's called, a sprint. Whether it's exceeding your speed limits or playing a new pattern for the very first time,
do it slowly.
No matter what, try to survive 1 minute. Then take a break of 1 minute or 2 minutes. And it's up to you how many repetitions you are going to make. Again, very simple yet effective because you can put your maximum focus on one single thing and you have to dedicate your full attention on it. And again, some further explanations on exceeding your speed limits on double bass. It's very hard and you won't get far with the first method on this. Sometimes you need to do bursts to force your muscles. If you got used to both routines, of course you can combine them, one with each other, or apply them in exchange depending on the topic that's currently important for you. Even giving yourself a structure while you're at the rehearsal space can become a routine as soon as you start to repeat it over and over again. Just by the way, definitely helped me out a lot during the last 2 years, and I could easily step up from my plateau I've reached probably 7 years ago, something like that. So very, very great experience. Well, I hope I could explain you what can help you on your personal drumming journey besides some single exercises or maybe some technique stuff. For me, it's the overall structure that often makes the difference. So what do you think about it? Write it down in the comments, leave a subscription if you like, and I will see you in the next video.